Have you ever wondered how we know what day it is? Or why the year is exactly as long as it is? Imagine a world without clocks, without calendars, where time flows like a wild river. Tonight, we are going to close our eyes and travel back, way back, to the very beginning of time itself. Are you ready? Let's open the door to the dream. Welcome to Tales of the Dream. Tonight's story is special. It is not just a fairy tale, it is the true, magical story of how humans befriended the sun and the moon. Our hero tonight is Leo. Leo loves asking questions. Is it tomorrow yet? He asks. When is my birthday? How long is a year? Tonight, as Leo drifts off to sleep in his soft, warm bed, the ticking of the clock on his wall slows down. Tick, tock, tick, tock. The room fills with a soft, golden mist. The clock dissolves into a magical golden pocket watch that floats right into Leo's hand. He holds it tight. The watch whispers, "Come, Leo. Let's go find the answers." Leo floats through the golden mist. When his feet touch the ground again, he is not in his room. He is in a place of deep, ancient silence. Once upon a time, the wind whispers, there was no calendar. Can you imagine that? Leo looks around. It is a world of wild nature. No schools, no weekends, no birthdays. Just the endless sky. In this ancient world, people didn't know what year it was. They didn't even know that a year existed. They lived like the birds and the bears. But they were scared. Why? Because every evening, the great warm sun would sink below the horizon and the world would go dark. Cold and dark. Leo watches a group of early humans huddled together in a cave. Outside, the wind howls. They are afraid the sun might never come back. Will the light return? They wonder. Leo wants to tell them, don't worry. The morning always comes. But he is just a dreamer, watching from the shadows. He sees them waiting. And then, a miracle. The sky turns purple, then pink, then orange. The sun peeks over the mountains. The people cheer. They dance with joy. The warmth returns. Leo realizes something important here. The very first clock wasn't a machine. It was the sky. The cycle of day and night. The earth spinning like a giant top in space, though no one knew it yet. Day brings safety, night brings mystery. This was the first lesson of time. The mist swirls again, and Leo is whisked away to a new place. It is colder here. The air smells of salt and wet grass. He is on a green island, far in the north. It is the place we now call Britain. In the middle of a foggy field, Leo sees something magnificent. Giant gray stones. Huge rocks, standing in a circle, like silent giants holding hands. This is Stonehenge. But it looks new. The stones are sharp and tall. Leo walks among the stones. They are cold to the touch. He sees men and women in thick furs standing perfectly still. They are watching the horizon. It is a special morning. The longest night of the year is ending. They are waiting for the sun to rise in a very specific spot. The crowd holds its breath. Leo holds his breath too. Suddenly, a beam of golden sunlight shoots across the field. It passes perfectly between two giant stones and hits the altar in the center. Light! The people erupt in happiness. This stone circle wasn't just a pile of rocks. It was a giant calendar made of stone. They used it to track the sun, to know when to plant their seeds, and when the cold winter would end. Leo traces the rough surface of the stone. They were writing time with rocks, he whispers. But the sun wasn't the only clock in the sky. The scene changes. The green grass turns into soft, blue sand. It is nighttime. Leo looks up. The moon is huge and bright. Look at her, the wind says. She is the queen of the night. Leo sits on a dune and watches. He sees the moon changing. One night, she is a full, round silver coin. A few nights later, she looks like a bite has been taken out of her. Then, she becomes a thin, smiling crescent. And finally, she disappears, leaving the sky dark, only to be born again. The ancient people noticed this too. They counted the days. One full moon to the next full moon, 29 or 30 days. They called this a month. In fact, the word month comes from the word moon. Did you know that? Leo sees travelers in the desert. They love the moon. The sun is too hot for them to travel during the day. So they travel by the cool, silver light of the moon. For them, the moon calendar is the most important one. This is how the lunar calendar began, used by people in the deserts, like the Hijri calendar much later. They followed the gentle light of the night. But wait, Leo thinks, looking at his magical pocket watch. The moon and the sun don't always agree. Whoosh! The golden mist pulls him again. The air becomes hot and dry. The smell of the ocean is replaced by the smell of a mighty river and hot sand. Egypt. Leo stands on the banks of the Nile River. It is glorious. Huge palm trees sway in the breeze. In the distance, the Great Pyramids are shining under the sun, covered in polished white limestone. The Egyptians were very smart. They noticed something dangerous. If they only followed the moon, they got confused about the seasons. And in Egypt, knowing the season was a matter of life and death. They needed to know when the Nile River would flood. If they planted seeds too early, the flood would wash them away. If they planted too late, the soil would be too dry. Leo watches an Egyptian astronomer. He is an old man with wise eyes, looking at the sky just before sunrise. He is not looking for the moon. He is looking for a very bright star. Sirius. When Sirius appeared in the sky just before the sun, the Egyptians knew the flood is coming. They counted the days between the floods. 1, 2, 3, 365. Aha, says Leo. That's a year. Yes, the Egyptians were the first to make the solar calendar. They divided the year into 12 months, with 30 days each. That made 360 days. But wait, the Earth takes 365 days to go around the sun. They were missing 5 days. So, the Egyptians added 5 special days at the end of the year. 5 days of partying, feasting, and celebrating. Leo imagines joining the party, eating sweet figs and dancing by the river. But Leo's magical watch starts ticking loudly. Tick-tock, tick-tock. It shows a warning. It's not perfect yet, the watch whispers. The Earth is a tricky dancer. It doesn't take exactly 365 days to spin around the sun. It takes 365 days and 6 hours. 6 hours? Leo asks. That's not much. Who cares about 6 hours? The watch spins its hands fast. 1 year passes. You have 6 extra hours. 4 years pass. 6 times 4 is 24 hours. That's a whole day. If you ignore those 6 hours, after 100 years, the calendar would be totally broken. Winter would arrive in July. Summer would be in December. The mist takes Leo to a grand city of marble and stone. Rome. Here, the rulers were confused. Their calendar was a mess. The seasons were drifting. Then, a leader named Julius Caesar said, "Enough." He called the smartest mathematician, Sosigenes, from Egypt. Leo watches them work. They are unrolling giant scrolls of papyrus. "We must catch the time we lost," they say. So they invented the leap year. Every 4 years, they decided to take those extra 6 hours, put them together, and make one extra day. A bonus day. That is why February has 29 days every 4 years. It's the day we saved from the leftover hours of the universe. The journey isn't over. The mist turns soft and white, like snow. Leo floats forward in time. The calendar changed names, from Julian to Gregorian, adjusting tiny seconds and minutes to be even more perfect. Humans worked so hard, for thousands of years, just to catch the sun and put it in a chart on the wall. Leo looks at the world now. He sees the different calendars. He sees the lunar calendar, where the months drift through the seasons, so Ramadan can be in summer or winter. It dances with the moon. He sees the solar calendar, standing firm like a rock, keeping spring in spring and winter in winter. It is a beautiful system. A giant clockwork made of stars, planets, and human cleverness. The golden mist begins to fade. Leo feels the softness of his own pillow. The smell of ancient rivers and the cold wind of Stonehenge fades away. He is back in his room. The magical pocket watch dissolves back into the ticking clock on the wall. Leo snuggles under his blanket. He realizes something wonderful. A calendar isn't just a boring list of numbers. It is a map of the solar system. When you say, "Today is Monday," you are part of a history that goes back to the caves. When you wait for your birthday, you are waiting for the Earth to complete a massive journey around the sun. Every day is a journey through space. Every year is a victory of understanding the universe. Leo closes his eyes, feeling safe. The sun will rise tomorrow, just as it did for the people of the stone circle. The moon will smile, just as it did for the travelers in the desert. And time will flow, gentle and steady, watching over us all. Good night, Leo. Good night, brave time travelers. If you could travel back in time like Leo, where would you go? To see the pyramids being built, or to see the mysterious stone circle? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for dreaming with us. If this story warmed your heart, please like and subscribe to Tales of the Dream. Sweet dreams.